Hey guys, it's so good to see you all. Welcome in, welcome in. Bearded Eagle, 12 Stones Ranch, Sugar in the Attic, Redbird Farm. Thank you all for being here. Sugar in the Attic is also doing the challenge with us, the Prepper Pantry and the oatmeal collab. So that's neat. Me and the Organized Pineapple and Sugar in the Attic are doing that. And anybody else is welcome to join. Hello, Boots and Bounty Homestead. Thank you for coming. Listening is fun. Hey, Casey, thank you. Oh, Nicholas is here. I met him today on Great Farmer Freelances Live. Shane. Alrighty, so I have a special guest today, and hopefully not just this one. This is my friend, the Organized Pineapple. No, that's what I was gonna say, and then be like, just kidding, she's a person. But we're having like technical difficulties. I'm gonna bring her up and see maybe if you guys can hear her, but because I can't, and so that's gonna prove to be an issue. I won't even be able to talk to her if I can't hear her. So I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna see if this will work. Hey.
Can you hear me now or no?
I can hear you now. Yay.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm so sorry. I told you I wasn't a techie person.
Well, I'm not either. Hey Shane, thank you for coming. So I guess I just can't hear you when you're in the basement. I guess I have to add you to the stream to be able to hear you. I don't know.
I don't know. I took off default volume, so maybe that was something.
I don't know. I was trying to adjust mic settings and everything else. I was like, that shouldn't make a difference. Did you like my pineapple?
Yes, I was laughing. That was really cute.
Okay.
I have a pineapple too I could bring over, but it's almost rotten, so it might not be something we want to see.
Okay, so if you guys don't know, this is Pineapple. Me, Pineapple. In all of her adorableness. Okay, and so what I know about you is that you obviously like to be organized, but she doesn't just organize in like, as far as, okay, this goes in this bin and this goes in this bin. She's like organized in several different aspects of life, as far as being prepared and organized, and having that organization so that you're prepared for pretty much any situation. And so um tell people what you would like them to know about you. I do know that you like to be organized and prepared. I know that you're super sweet.
Thank you. I'm in Texas. I have 3 little kids, and a few years back, I've always been organized, but with kids, it's like a different type of organization. It's not just you anymore. It's for all these other different people, your whole family. So I really started getting into it, looking at just everything really. How could I make my life easier by having this ready, or changing my routine, just everything in my life so that it would be easier for me for future pineapple.
Right. And it's more than just, well, yeah, we want everything to have a place, but it's more of convenience and
I just felt like
preparedness.
I was wasting so much time looking for things, or just, where was that, or buying something else because I couldn't find it, or being somewhere and not having something that I needed. And there was a few situations where it was good that I was prepared. So I want to be prepared, but also organized, if that makes sense. That's my little niche that I'm trying to do.
for the people who think that organizing is just, a waste of time, what you're going to do is waste time with not knowing where things are and not knowing if you even have things, or even maybe spending money on things that weren't necessary because you already had something that you didn't know you had because you weren't organized,
Exactly.
so yeah. So I completely love what you do. I like your content,
Thanks,
and
Danny.
it's kind of funny that you're on my channel because you have almost 2 times the subscribers that I have. But hopefully,
Well,
some of the people.
somehow I fell into the Boots and Bounty and Mr. Boots help desk. I fell into that, and then I met all these homestead people, and that's how I found you. And I don't really know why you guys like me, because I'm not a homesteader person, but I have a very eclectic group of subscribers, and I follow an eclectic group of channels too. So
Yeah.
I like my interests to be diverse. So
Yeah, I've kind of veered out from, like, it started with the homesteading community and like the crafting community, and now I'm like, in with the cleaning and organizing community, the fishing community, and all of the things. So it's not just homesteading. I mean, you know.
yeah. And as a little kid, I have an uncle that taught me to fish, so I can cast pretty well. So hopefully I can do a video on me fishing and casting this summer for the fishing group.
Yeah.
Uh,
We got a lot of people in here. Goss Mania Homestead. I've never been organized like I would like to with 6 kids and a homestead and homeschooling. Small home. I used to be OCD about things, but life gets in the way sometimes. Most definitely. Well,
what
and
I
you don't ever stop being OCD. Even if you don't have everything the way you would prefer it, it still affects you mentally. Whenever you want things to be a certain way, it's almost like it's worse when it's not, because you're constantly looking at it like, I really need to do something about that. So,
I've learned to let things go, let the perfection go, and that was really hard for me because I thought, why even start cleaning this if I'm not going to be able to finish, or I'm not going to be able to do it right? But it's definitely progress over perfection, and something is better than nothing kind of thing. And I only have 3 kids, so if she had 6 kids, that would be double. So that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of moving pieces that's going on there.
yeah, I only have my daughter, and then my stepson comes every other weekend, and then my male child, that's my spouse. But it seems like there's a lot
But
to keep up
I
with.
would say that the one thing that has helped me was just having less stuff, less inventory to touch, to handle, to keep track of. That's been just the main thing that's been a game changer for me.
Yeah, I contradict myself because at the same time as I want everything to have a place and I want everything to be very organized, I also hold on to everything. I have a hard time getting rid of things, like everything that I have, everything that there is, I'm like, I can find a use for that, and so I kind of contradict myself because on one side of me, I want to keep everything and save it for a time that I might need it. And on the other side of me, I'm like, I don't like all this clutter. So it's,
For this, along that lines, for the sentimental stuff, I realized that if everything is sentimental, then nothing is really special and important. Like, not everything can be that way. So I
right.
chose specific things that were important and special to me, and I do keep those. But other things, I mean, I'm fine with just a picture of it, or a memory of it, or less of it. So
So everybody's talking about the rain. Are you getting a lot of rain?
it's raining right now.
Yeah, it
It,
is here too.
yeah,
And look,
that's why it's so dark, because it's like all the lights are on, but it's dark outside. So
if you're at all nervous, let me tell you something that'll make you laugh. So, guess what I did yesterday? Okay, so
oh
Sunday,
no, what?
uh, Sunday evening. If you can laugh at yourself, that's healthy, right? Okay,
Yes,
so Sunday evening.
I laugh at myself daily, so
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
Sunday, we like, until it started raining. We planted out. We already planted 2 rows of corn. We planted 2 rows of okra, and then we planted a row of purple whole peas or black eyed peas, however you want to call it. And then we planted half a row of um, snap peas, and then half a row of green beans, and then half a row of watermelon, and half a row of cantaloupe. Okay, so
That's a
we
lot.
yeah, we plant it took a little while to plan out all that stuff, and then there was supposed to be rain come. Well, an hour went by, 2 hours went by, and it was hot, like, really hot, and you're supposed to water things in whenever you plant, and so, I was like, "Well."
Keep talking. My daughter's calling me, so I'll be right back.
So, I was like, "Well, I better water this stuff in even though the rain's gonna come." And so I did. I took out the sprinklers and I watered half of because it's a 65-foot bed of or in-ground plot. It's a 65-foot in-ground plot. So I had took the sprinklers and I was like, because the rain was going to come but it wasn't there yet. And so it needed to be watered in because I was worried with it being so dry. I was worried that the rain would come and just flush out all the seeds that we just planted. I said, so even if the rain comes, it'll be good to put a sprinkler on it for a little while, get it a little moist, maybe hold it in place. So when the rain comes, maybe it all won't wash away. Okay, so I put the sprinkler on the one side for like 15 minutes and then took it down to the other side. And and yesterday when I went outside, now mind you, it ended up raining all night. And yesterday when I went to take out the
So
dog,
it was extra wet from the sprinkler.
yes, yesterday when I went to take out the dogs, I went out there and see, I go to the driveway right there, take out my dogs and, come back inside. So I rarely walk all the way down in the yard because they know go and come back. So I rarely walk all the way down in the yard where I can see the field. And like the third or fourth time I took out the dogs, I walked down in the yard. I was like, well, let me go check and see if, our corn's popped, which it has. That's great. But when I went around there to check on the garden, I saw that the sprinklers were still on.
Oh no. Oh no.
And
All through the rain and everything.
all through the rain. I know there's people
Oh
that had to
no.
think this lady is crazy. It's pouring down
You're
rain.
like,
And
I'll just turn this off. Oh no. I'm
So,
sorry I had to go a minute. I have a toddler and
it's okay. I completely understand. But I just thought that was hilarious. I was like,
that
no.
is.
You should see me. I felt like looking back, it feels like it was like one of those slow-mo experiences where I'm running at the water hose like, I can't believe I left this on. That was definitely a face palm moment. And I saw it and I was like, yeah, there was like a creek in my field out
Oh,
there,
I bet. Yeah.
water that
Did
was
did
flowing.
your seeds get washed away?
No, well, the good thing is when it was plowed, there was 2 sides that were, like, deeper, I guess because of the way the plows, I don't know, and we didn't plant in those, and Eric had actually said, "We're gonna leave those and not plant them, and we're not gonna cover them up either, we're just gonna leave them like they are, so when there's heavy rains, maybe that'll be used as, like, a drainage." And it's a good thing we did because that's what it
The
looked
drain.
like.
Okay.
It looked like it was just like a flowing river or
I've
something.
seen your garden. It's so nice and incredible, and you're growing all of this wonderful things. So
Thank you.
it's looking great.
So,
My garden's
somebody right now is
just
dying
about done.
laughing. I hope somebody found that funny because
I've done things like that before too, so don't worry.
Hey, Sweet Pea, Sid's Inspirations. We got Redbird. We got Garden State Gardener.
Lots of people.
Okay. She
Oh,
says
there's
you have to
Boots and
add her to
Bonnie.
the stream to hear her, but you don't have to be live to do that. So I can add you to the stream to hear you. And then I guess if I wanted to start the live without you being there, then I can just put you back down until time to bring you back up. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, we'll know from now on. Thank you, Miss Casey. I appreciate that. Native Wild Man. Hey, hello. Let's see, Bushcrafter. Top of the morning to you, even though it's almost lunchtime. Hello, Jennifer. She says, I'm not organized. Crying face. Well, yeah, I'm
Aw.
sure.
Well, sometimes you are organized just in a different way that makes sense to you. So
Yeah, I mean, I would like to be a lot more organized than I am. Thank you, Joe, for that. Yeah, y'all hit that like button. And share us out if you have the ability to. Hey there, Kevin Fishes. He says good morning, but I was in a live that he was in at 6:30 this morning, so he knows it's not morning. Hey Nick, this is AC Allen Homestead. Do you follow him?
I think so. Yes, he's in the Boots and Bounty group too.
Are there any of these people that you don't recognize?
There were, but I can't see the chat, just what you put up there. So
Oh, you can. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We got Great Farmer Freelance.
I don't know who that is.
Chris and Larry Homestead.
Yes.
Well, maybe there'll be some people in here that don't know you either. That's what I was kind of worried about. I was thinking about it. I was like, well, she has more followers than I do. I was like, maybe there'll be somebody that's in my,
I think but my videos only get like 30 views. So I think I did a collab with Mennonite Farmhouse with Leanne in February. And I think that's where a lot of subscribers came from. And I don't think they still watch me, but they still have me on their subscribe list, luckily. So I'm trying to get to that 500, but it keeps falling back around 400. So who knows? And everyone says, oh, put a video out at the same time every day. Well, I've done that for like since last September, October, and it doesn't make any difference.
Well, I have some videos that like they'll have 80 to 100 views, and then like I have like 14 likes, and I'm like, gee, I'm like, I guess nobody liked it.
I hate asking people to subscribe or to push the like button. Like I don't want to feel like an advertisement, you know.
Yeah,
So I feel like if they want to hang around and
yeah. I usually don't either. I put that at the end of my video today. I don't even think no, it's still oh, it finally did download. Okay. But I put it at the end. Please like, subscribe, and share. But usually I don't. But I mean, you think, other YouTubers know how much effort goes into creating content and editing content and, you know, trying to do what
I
you
don't
would do
mind
on a
when
daily
other people say it because it does remind me, but I just feel ridiculous like when I
Yeah,
say I don't
most
know why.
definitely. Most
Uh,
definitely. So you
but
would just assume without saying it that people would know, okay, just like everybody else that's creating content. I know I'm not the only one who's checking their stuff, seeing how many views they have, seeing how many likes they have,
but I
checking
do
those comments.
what I really like is just the interaction between all these other fun channels, and I do get tons of comments and talking to people that way. So it's been a really fun journey.
Yes, I really appreciate the community that has taken me in and made me feel welcome and not like a newbie who is just, lost.
But
Spring Meadow.
I do struggle with the editing part of it. I'm getting better, but it's still just I feel like it takes longer than it should, and I need a better phone for sure, but I don't know. I'm working on like a 4 or 5-year-old Android. So it is what it is.
Yeah, mine's all busted up and it's terrible.
Yeah.
We got Spring Meadow.
One day we'll have like professional film people following us around, right?
Not me. I'm like, get out of my yard.
No, I'm just saying, have you seen those channels that have that? Like that's crazy. I don't
I
know.
know. I'm just being funny. Okay, we got Spring Meadow Farm and Garden. We got
I think I've seen her. Or, oh yeah, the Hendrickson family. They're everywhere I go lately, or I'm following them everywhere they go.
40 and Broke says, my life is a train wreck that smashed into a dumpster fire. LOL, I need to get a
No.
bit more organized.
Well, if you need help with something specific, I can surely do a video on just that topic. So let me know.
Nick from Arizona Highland Homestead says, I think a homestead organizing consultant would make for an amazing business. Might get paid in charred eggs and goat milk, though.
Yeah. I have found that a lot of homesteading people aren't, not that they're not organized, but that they like knowing about organization, which is interesting. And I like knowing about homesteading stuff. Some of these things that you guys all do are just so wonderful. They're
Well,
so
you start gardening
eye-opening.
too. You're growing your own food.
Well, I just have 3 little tubs, like nothing like you or some of these huge gardens. So this is when we used to live in California, everything just grew so much better there. I mean, you could get, tomatoes the size of volleyballs and like everything just grew wonderfully. But in Texas, it's just such a struggle. Like you just have to battle for like every single thing that you want. And our soil is clay soil, so it's really hard to do it in the ground.
Ours is the same
So
way.
I think container or raised beds is definitely the way to go. This is my second year doing it and being just like pretty serious about gardening or more focused.
Most definitely. I have 30 people in here right now. Thank you guys so much for being here. See, it's you. People like you. That's what it is. And so,
Oh, there's hi Heather Lynn. Yeah, she has
yeah,
a really amazing garden. Talking about people with amazing gardens, I do watch her channel.
she's the strawberry queen.
I
Okay.
know.
And then I've already showed you Sweet Pea Sid's Inspirations and 12 Stones Ranch. And then, hey, Scott. That's Scott rambling with the Brums. And then we know her. You introduced me to her.
Homesteading and organizing go together. Yeah, that's true.
Finishing up my garden. I
Yeah,
just
sugar in the attic, and I started talking to her because Popular Preparedness did like this class of helping people start their channels, and like last year back in like September, October, and so we just started talking that way because we were both struggling with our channel.
I need a very large tackle box. Bearded Eagle. He's Bearded Eagle. He's like
Yeah.
you. He doesn't want his name said. Okay.
Definitely important to know what you have and know where it is, because what use is it if you're like, oh, I know I have that somewhere, but you either can't get to it or you don't even know where it is. And, so.
He says I need a very large tackle box. Currently, I have a lifetime supply of tackle all over the place. So, in order to organize it, he's saying he'd have to have a boat for his tackle gear.
Or just have separate ones for specific things. That way he can just grab one and go and it's all in there.
Tennessee Bushcrafter.
Yeah, I definitely had to let go of that mindset, because then I would never get anything done if I never started anything, because oh, I'm never going to be able to get it done. Like the hardest part is just starting, right? Like just starting. Yeah, it's raining here too.
She says, yes, I actually have 7 kiddos. Our oldest passed away at age 12.
Oh,
That's
no.
terrible. That was 5 years ago. I have been going through things gradually.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
it's
even
hard.
imagine how
Yeah.
hard that will be. That's a completely different ball game for sure. I'm so sorry about that, to hear that. That's awful.
Yeah, that's a little different, holding on to, Yeah.
Yeah, for sure,
I
definitely.
mean, that's really different than me holding on to this container because I'm like, I can use it
Yeah,
for
I
something, you know?
I
Like,
feel I can't even know how I would feel in that situation, but I would definitely want to hold on to everything too to remember them for sure.
yes. And that is awesome of you, Jerusha from Gossmania Homestead, for being strong
Downsizing.
and pushing through that. I couldn't imagine. I'm trying to down stuff
47.
my size as well, he says. Oh, it's actually sunny there.
Well, the
Swimming
rain
in.
the rain is coming your way, Casey. No, maybe it came from you. I don't know. Uh, yeah, I'm glad it's raining because then I don't have to be outside, doing yard work stuff, and the garden gets water. So that's good.
Awesome. Kadesh Farm Homestead. She said, "Hey, Danny Days. Hey." She said she's from Tennessee, showing you some love for our Black's Tropical Homestead fam, sending us your way.
Thanks,
Hey,
thanks
Soul
for thanks
family.
for being here.
Yeah, most definitely. We got Corn Fed Life.
Oh yes. Hi, corn fed.
And I wonder if a difference in why there's so many people here. Usually I do my live, I schedule it like the day before. This time I scheduled it a week early, and I'm going to start doing that because that works. I was recommended to do that because people say that
And they
that they like I've had people say that they scroll through weekly and click add reminder, about people's lives and stuff. So I'm going to start doing that like
I
more in
do
advance.
that because then I would forget if it's just, or I'd already have something planned if it was just that day or the next day.
Casey says I need to plant 3 rows of corn to pollinate better. Well, I did long rows instead of short rows, but they seem to be coming up good. They're like sprouts. They're this big right now. So we shall see.
That's exciting.
If there's stuff that doesn't come up, then I'll be able to plant corn there as well, but I've got to I've got to get a deep freeze, and like we were talking about, I got to get a chest, or we call it deep freeze, a chest
You
freezer.
can look on Craigslist or sites like that. Sometimes people are moving and they're just wanting to get rid of them for a low price. That's how we got ours, and it works perfectly fine.
Yeah. But the reason why I say that is because I'm saying that I need to be like growing stuff is great, but if you can't preserve it or, harvest all of it and it not go to waste, then it really doesn't do much good. So I need to make sure that, because right now I have two 65-foot rows of corn. So if I was to do another row, that's a lot of corn. And my
I guess
freezer
you
is
could
only so big.
I guess you could can it, but yeah,
Yeah.
freezing it would be an option. I have a bunch of lettuce and I don't know what to do with lettuce. Can you dehydrate lettuce? Does anybody know? Because I know you can't really freeze it. It doesn't freeze
I
that
don't
well.
think so. I think that's something you gotta pretty much use
Yeah.
right then. I'm not sure though, to be honest with you.
I've just been giving it away because there's only so much lettuce that we can eat.
What spacing do I plant okra apart? I'm literally planting it right now. Help a Canadian ladies. Um,
I
I
don't
s-
know because I've never I've never grown okra. I know
I
it's a
was
southern thing, but I don't really like it. So
well, I had okra last year. Well, you got to cook it right. You don't
yeah, I don't
boil it.
think I've ever had it that's cooked correctly. So
You chop it up and you wash it and you put it in some cornmeal and flour and you deep fry it. It's good. It is good. Okay, so I would say I can't remember about how far apart we did. I know at least a foot. I mean, maybe 1.5 feet. I'm no expert though. I just kind of, but ours did really well, and we did 1 foot to 1.5 feet apart. I don't know exactly how far apart they were, but I would say about that. And they all came up really well, and they were huge and made a lot of okra. So
Sugar in the attic might know because she does a lot of gardening. I don't know if she's still here.
Casey said she does hers about 3 feet.
Wow. 15 feet tall. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's big old okra. And see, I'm so behind now, I don't even know what she's talking about. Oh, probably, if I had to guess, she's probably talking about when I was talking about looking at my stuff and checking all the things. I don't know. I'm not sure, though. Hey, woman outdoors. Hey, sarcastic storage stacker. See, and now I've got into the, now I've got into,
that's a funny name.
it is. Now I've got into the, also there's a community who buys storage
units?
Yeah, storage units. And then they'll turn around and flip the stuff that's out of it. And they do this online, just like an auction would be. Except for
Yeah.
like they've got their little camera to the side where you can watch them, and then they have this, the bigger camera is pointed at whatever they're showing and everything. And then they sell
I've
it.
seen TV shows like that, like Storage Wars and stuff.
Well, there's people doing it on the YouTube. So and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Like I was watching Krista's Antiques the other day, which I think is where I found him. And she had like board games that were from like the 50s,
Oh,
and
that would
things that
be
I've
so
never.
fun.
Yeah,
I love old games.
I just love seeing stuff like that, like vintage stuff and antique stuff like that. It's like, I mean, I had never even seen those board games before ever, and they looked like they were in good condition and everything. I think that's so neat.
I do love vintage stuff and retro stuff. So
Good afternoon from Charlotte, North Carolina. Hello. I plan on canning this year. How about you? Do you already can?
I make jam, but that's as far as it goes. I don't have enough that I'm growing yet to, to
Right.
justify canning it. So
Well, you can stuff that's not grown at home, but yeah. People can meat too.
yeah, I've seen that, and I'm sure it's perfectly safe, but I still, I'm still skeptical of that.
Me too. Don't feel bad. I'm like, I just don't know about that. I've seen people do it though. Hamburger meat, fish, all sorts of
I
canning.
thought that you were gonna can all that stuff from your freezer. I
Yeah, I
thought you
was
said you were gonna do something like that.
I
So.
was going to, but remember I decided that because it didn't get up above a certain temperature, I just ended up putting it back in the freezer. All except for the chicken. I cooked all the chicken that I had in my freezer, and I took the stock off of it. And no, I don't have a pressure canner or anything big enough to even water bath in right now. So I have not ventured out to that, but I do have all the or all the jars and lids, and I have all the little gadgets that go along with canning. I just haven't
Well, that's
got the
good.
actual.
You're all set. You're all set up.
Yeah, except for the pressure canner, yeah, or a big enough pot to water bath and things like that. So, but we just recently got a dehydrator and a vacuum sealer, so I was excited about that. And
That's
so
awesome.
I'm supposed to be getting a pressure canner from my um grandma is supposed to be sending me one the next time I meet up with my stepmom, but she's had a whole bunch of health things going on, and I'm pretty much waiting on her to be able to get healthy enough to meet me again, and then I will have my canning stuff,
Oh,
the rest of it. That's the reason why I haven't really bought it because they were telling me they were wanting to pass it down to me, and they used to have, like, I remember going to my grandparents' house, and they had, like, a whole bunch of health things going on, and I'm pretty much waiting on her to be able to get healthy enough to meet me again, and then I will have my canning stuff, the rest of it. That's the reason why I haven't really bought it, because they were telling me they were wanting to pass it down to me, and they used to have, like, I remember going to my grandparents' house, when I was younger, and they live in Georgia, so I don't get to see them very much, but going down in like the little basement from the front porch and going down there and seeing shelves and shelves of canned vegetables just and fruits. They had fruit trees. They had like a whole vineyard of fruit trees, and but they pretty much let it all dry up. They said they used every bit of it, and that they all the fruit trees died out. So that was really sad because when I was there when I was younger, I remember it being just a plentiful place, really lush. And so that was
I
kind of
have,
sad to hear. Like,
yeah,
I
I
must be
have a
getting old if
similar.
the fruit trees are dying.
In California, when I grew up, my grandma had an orchard with a bunch of fruit trees and garden, and she would do all that stuff, making her own applesauce. And I remember helping out as a kid, and I thought that's just how the way things were. But now I just live in suburbia and go to the grocery store, So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so different. I'm trying to do all these things, but it's hard.
Yeah. Well, one step at a time. That's all we can do. Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely don't have it all figured out and all together. I mean, the goal is self-sufficiency, but we're by no means self-sufficient. I mean, we not
The
completely.
process,
I'm saying,
process.
yeah, we are
Keep
being self-sufficient
again.
in all the areas that we can, but we are not, completely self-sufficient. So,
I'm very lucky that I know a lot of people who have chickens that give me eggs, or my neighbor has a garden and she gives me stuff, and I can make bread for these people. So that's good.
I could have
Good
you
to
hooked
have
up on eggs if I could send them in the mail.
it's good to have a community. That's really important.
Yes. Most definitely. Like we have a guy, I don't know if you heard me, I've said this in a live before, but we have a guy about 6 miles away that he butchers like deer and hogs and things like that. He does the meat, And so that's what we have, like an understanding. If worst comes to worst, we do a lot of vegetables and things, and he, butchers meat and stores it and stuff. So
Good trade.
yeah, we could barter if it came down to it, and he's close enough where we wouldn't starve. But
That's good. That's pretty close, 6 miles. So that's nice.
Danny, we do that every year. Oops. I wonder what they're talking about.
Mhm.
Hmm. That's the thing about the chat. I don't want to be in the chat like the whole time. I want to talk to you, And if I get behind on the chat, then when people are giving me feedback, I have like no idea what they're talking about.
And
But I'm always behind.
I don't think people realize that the guests can't see the chat. So I feel like I'm ignoring these people too, but I can't. I don't know. Am I supposed to be able to see it? I have no idea. I can see what you put.
Hmm. I mean, really, honestly, I don't know. Maybe I can look at the settings. I don't guess.
But I don't know. When I was on Mountain Grandma, it was the same, that I couldn't see it either. So
I have guest see viewers comments selected, so I don't know why you can't see them. Well, I'm sorry.
it's probably on my end, because like I said, I'm not very techy. I know just enough to get by.
Yeah, Heather has a lot of strawberries going on over there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hey, Eric from Kansas. He says hi, pineapple.
Hi. Yeah, thank you, Eric from Kansas. He was watching like all my videos from the very beginning. So that was nice of him.
Yeah, he's like a confident booster for sure. Like,
Yeah.
he definitely.
And then I was also like, don't watch my beginning videos, like those aren't very good.
He'll do that. He'll start all the way back at the beginning and work his way up. Thank you for coming, Tennessee Bushcrafter. I don't even know if he's still here because that was 20 minutes ago. So Terrible, terrible. So behind. What would be your first simple pointer for organizing? Writing things down, making a list, and or prioritizing tasks.
Daddy,
This should be for her, not me.
no, it said for you, Daddy.
But that if it's for me, that's definitely the first step in organizing is prioritizing and writing down,
Do you want me to try to answer?
Sure.
Okay. So I definitely do write things down. I make a list every day and my lists are always never ending. So I definitely do prioritize and I try to prioritize only about 3 things. And then if I get those 3 things done, that's awesome. And then anything else is just a bonus. And I do have ongoing lists where it's like different types of lists, house projects, daily tasks, like eventually if we get to it type of thing. So
Right.
I hope that helps you, 12 Stones Ranch.
And my advice would be to start in one area at a time. Like make your priorities list of what's most important to you and just work on one thing at a time instead of trying to do all of it, just
Definitely.
one space at a time,
I,
like I'm
I
doing.
I started with what is the most annoying things to me that take up all my time? And that was the kids' toys, laundry, and dishes. So I implemented things that would make those 3 areas better. And once I did that, I was able to focus on other areas because those 3 things weren't taking up all my time anymore. I had more time. Once I minimized our dishes and laundry and toys, there was more room for other stuff that was more important and more time for other things, if that makes sense.
Casey said if you're on your phone, you can't see the comments without covering up the screen.
Oh, okay. Yes, I am on my phone.
Okay. Rebecca, that's another one. I've gotten into the yarn community. You're like doing crocheting and things like that.
My mom always tries to teach me to crochet, but I just don't have the patience or something. So I don't know.
She's my aunt Kathy Canterbury. That's my aunt, my mom's sister. And
Hi,
so,
Aunt Kathy.
and so that was 20 minutes ago. But hey, I'm glad you're here. It's okay. I'm late too, apparently. Let's see. I'm trying to get caught up here. Win some and lose some. Just keep going and keep your head high. Who's meant to find you will. I agree. And that's what I pray for, for like I pray about,
Oh, with the channel. Yeah.
Yeah, what it is the Lord would have me say and not say, what is too much, what needs to be heard, how I'm representing myself. I pray for these things that I reflect what his will is for me to reflect, and I feel like if we're genuine and we stay true to ourselves and what we know we should, then the Lord will provide. And that's how I feel about that. So I try not to get too wrapped up in the numbers and who likes me and who doesn't like me and all of those things, because I mean, at the end of the day, I would love to have a lot of friends, but I know what really matters.
It does become like that old saying, with more power comes more responsibility, from whatever movie that was from, Spider-Man, because now it's like now I have more channels to watch and more people to do and more comments. So it is definitely more challenging as it grows, for sure.
Yeah, mine is actually starting to level out, I think, with like, because I'm subscribed to like a plethora of people. And then, like, forever, it was like my numbers were down here and my subscription, like who I'm subscribed to, was like way out of the water from what I'm not worried about it. I just find people, even sometimes, and I don't mean to sound ugly, but even sometimes, if I don't really, if I, even if I'm not like, oh, I gotta watch their content, I'm still gonna watch it because like, if I see they're a genuine person, that I like their personality and, I see that they're making a solid effort and they're a good person, I'm gonna support them in what they're doing? And so,
I
that's
like
that.
when people leave comments because then it reminds me to go to their channel because sometimes it's really hard to keep up with all the different channels. And then, if they're leaving a comment, then they're going to be first because they're right there.
I like when people leave comments not only because it's encouraging, but it lets you know who's there. It lets you
Yes,
know
I
who's
like I
watching
like
you.
that too. And that's why I always say at the end, like, leave a comment, even if it's just to say hello, because I do want to know who's watching. But I think sometimes people don't know what to say. They can't think of anything to say, but they've watched it and they do want to just say hello. So
She says, Roots and Refuge, Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, Whispering Willow, which is where I got this. I bought this from Whispering Willow Farms channel. Jill. Oh, I love that lady.
I've seen Jennifer Ainger before, but I don't know any of the other ones that she
Well,
listed.
those the big. She says all the big ones inspired us because those are all big channels, that have
I'll have to
taken
check
off.
those out.
Yeah. Yep, I started with Justin Rhodes, and then from Justin Rhodes found Roots and Refuge, and then from Roots and Refuge found City Sowers and Sow the Land and Holler Homestead and Whispering Willow Farm, and then VW Family Farm. There's so many of them, and they have all of their channels have skyrocketed. They're all like monetized and making a living off of YouTube, and it's really encouraging. That's really mainly. I just kept watching these YouTubers, and I was like, wow. I mean, how amazing is that to be able to stay at home, spend time, raise your kids, and the system not raise your kids, and be able
I
to be able to get paid to just live, like,
Yeah.
you know,
I
work to
really don't
live instead
expect
of live to work.
I don't really anticipate my channel going anywhere anytime soon, but you never know. It's more of just a hobby to me. And I like that a lot of people have told me that I've helped them and that I've had really good ideas that help them. And that's what I do this for, is because I want to help people. That's in my nature. I help a lot of people in my real life, so I'm happy I
Right.
can help people in my YouTube life too.
Yeah. And it's easy to lose sight of your influence in the world. Like you think that, oh, well, what I say or what I do doesn't matter, but that's not true. Because I mean, I have, you know, you encourage me. I've had people tell me that I encourage them, and you never know when you can make
Yeah,
a difference.
we all need to help each other, encourage each other, and you never know when you'll be the person that someone else needs, like just that one thing that you'll say that will make their day, or just
Right.
whatever. I don't know where I was going with that, but you
Yeah, well, I
understand.
mean, it's true. Yeah, you never know. I mean, you shouldn't just let words flow and not say things that matter, because whereas you might think what you say doesn't really matter, you could be saying something that just brings up that whole person's day, or you never know, what you say and what you do might affect that person's life, you know,
And
because you just never know what you do. It could be an I try to remember that no matter how insignificant I feel at times, I try to remember that I'm always being an example, you know. And so, because even if,
amen.
for the ones that don't pay it any mind, or don't pay me any mind, there's always that one person that what you say and do could reflect them in a negative way, and you would rather, if you're going to do any reflecting, you want it to be in a positive light. So,
and I try to be easygoing. I'm a very easygoing person. I try not to let my YouTube life take over my real life, but sometimes it's hard and it's frustrating and so I get it. I get it.
oh yeah, no, I mean, that's real life for me. And that's not just on YouTube. That's right here at home. I have to remember, no matter how insignificant I feel, everything I say and do is being watched and monitored and picked apart, and soaked up like a sponge for my child. So I have to remember that,
I
even
know.
off screen.
What
Okay,
is
so
Redwood name? I'm living. Oh yeah. I have an aunt who lives in an RV, and you definitely need to be organized or else you'll just be living on top of all of your stuff for sure.
I believe this is Mitchell Hendrickson Family Farm. He says, I like to say
Yeah,
I'm
that
organized.
that's possible. There's always like there's how I am and how my husband is. Like the garage is definitely not my department, and I know that. And I know he is completely different than me, and he organizes in his own way for sure.
I gotta grab a drink real quick.
Yeah. But I do know that was a joke, Mitchell, because I see the laughy face. Are you having a soda?
Yeah, that's what I said. I gotta grab a drink right quick. I'm sorry.
I know. I'm still recovering from my surgery, so I have to drink a lot and stuff. So
You had surgery?
yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know because I kept talking about it like endlessly on my channel. Yeah,
Maybe so.
I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had sinus surgery.
Oh,
Um, so back in let's see, back in like November, December, I got pneumonia. And one day I woke up and I didn't know where I was and I didn't know who my husband was. And I knew that I knew him, but I couldn't say his name. And so he took me to the ER because he thought I was having a stroke or something. But it turns out I had this like polyp in my head that was like growing all in here and in my ear and everything.
oh
And there
my
was just
goodness.
all this crazy fluid. So I don't know, too much information, but now I'm supposed to be all fixed.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Well, I'm glad you're better. And I don't
Thank
know how
you.
I missed that. I knew that like you and your whole family had bronchitis at one point, but I didn't know.
It was right after I had my surgery. Then they all got sick, and I'm like, okay, I can't have any downtime because now I got to do all this stuff. But my parents were here, and they were very helpful, and I did get downtime. I'm just joking, of course, but moms have to be on duty 24/7 kind of thing.
Probably not enough downtime though.
Yeah.
So
But
Michael
I'm also
Moore,
not one that likes to just sit around and do nothing. So 2 weeks after my surgery, I decided like I could go run a mile, right now. And then it was like not a good idea for sure.
Michael Moore says this is my first year gardening. This is my
Now,
third year gardening.
the hardest part is just starting, and if I can do a garden and have it produce as much as it has, like anybody could do it. So yeah, that's what I have, Heatherland container gardens. I think that's the way to go. I don't feel like it because I hate weeding. I don't want a bunch of weeds. So
40 and Broke said 31 people in chat, but only 12 likes. Nobody likes us.
smash that like button, like some people say in their thing.
Smash that like button. That's right. Hey, Mountain Grandma. Amy,
Casey, Casey is organized. I saw her routine video of her meal prep and all that. That is organization.
That's right. He says he grows Carolina Reapers here in Kentucky in between buying storage units. So he's gardening and doing storage units.
He's busy.
I'm okay. I have plans to make a quilt from her clothes, etc., but it takes time for clutter from grief.
And I wouldn't rush it. I wouldn't rush grief. It's a process that takes years sometimes. And sometimes you never fully, it's not ever over, I don't think, especially with a child. I can't even imagine.
I'm sorry. It was brooms, not brums. It looks like brums, but apparently it's rambling with the brooms. Excuse me.
Oh. I've heard of them. I've seen them places, but I don't know if I've actually watched their channel. So I'll look back afterwards at the chat and write down all this stuff.
Okay. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that. Yeah.
Who has? Oh, Jennifer has poison hemlock. That doesn't sound very fun. No.
So I'm looking at this one.
Poison ivy. We have poison ivy here, really bad.
I'm gonna pin your link to the top, like he said. I don't know why I didn't do that. This is my first. You're my first special guest, so
well, thank you for having me. It's been really fun to talk to you. I know I do talk to you. We text all the time, and whatever, but it's different when I see you.
Yeah, pretty cool. Let's see. Maybe I can do this. If I can find my own. Okay. Oh, what just says put user in timeout. It doesn't say, how do I pin something to the top?
I don't want to be
help me.
I don't want to be in timeout.
I don't know.
I just remember watching some of your videos and I'm like, this girl is like my long lost friend. So, I feel like we're a lot similar.
I feel like that too. Like we are like kindred spirits. Let's see. Please check out pineapple. I'm going to try this.
Thank you. I have a lot of different stuff on my channel, and I know people say you should just have one subject, but I just have so many interests that it's hard to nail it down. I do organizing, preparedness, cooking, gardening. It's just a mixture of stuff. So
well, that's not what I meant to do. Okay.
Well, I'll know if the stream just abruptly ends, then I've been put in timeout or something.
No. That be organized.
I'm going to have to go here in a little bit, though, because my kids, it's their last day of school, so they have a half day. And I'll have to go pick them up. Or I get to go pick them up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it has been an hour, but I'm so behind in the chat. Like, I didn't realize how long it's been.
It's hard to keep up with the chat, I'm sure, and talk to the person. So.
Yeah, I didn't realize how
I can look back through after and then go to their channels if they had any questions or something.
Scott's being smart. He's like, yeah, I got the answer like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, you fry okra. All right. I'm trying to get down here to the 2 foot apart is what she says she does her okra. So I'm not the only one who doesn't space them out 3 feet.
Okay.
Let's see. But he's already got his answer like 40 minutes ago or whatever.
I haven't thought about growing okra just because I I don't know. I didn't really ever have any okra that was good, but I think it's just because I never had anyone make it for me that it was good. I don't know. And with container gardens, there's not really enough space, I wouldn't think.
Thank you for coming, 12 Stones Ranch. Heather Lynn says she has different stuff on her channel too, which I don't think there's a problem with. I mean, having a variety of things. Like everybody keeps on talking about that. I don't mean to say it so begrudgingly like that, but like that I like like a lot of people that I've sang like maybe 3 times on my channel. I made a short, I sang a little song in a video clip, and then I made a video just of one song for a karaoke challenge.
You have a beautiful voice, by the way, Danny.
Well, and some people are like, check out Danny, she can sing. And I'm like, of all the things I've done on my channel, that one time I sang, everybody's like, which I appreciate the fact that
it was so just an unexpected, wonderful surprise. So,
well, thank you. I mean, I appreciate the compliments, I do, but at the same time, see, Danny is a professional singer. That cracks me up.
You could be. I'm not just saying that. I can't sing at all, so.
Well, I enjoy singing. So I don't know that I'm that great at it, but I enjoy it is what I know, makes me feel.
That's important.
I love singing praise and worship music, which is what I said whenever I did that karaoke challenge. I kind of, did a song that I thought everybody would like. And I made it clear that if I was going to sing from now on, I would, glorify God in what I was doing because, not that there's anything wrong with secular music, but like I was saying before, I want to make sure that, I'm reflecting what I should be because I spent so much time not doing that. That's why it's so important to me because I have lost a lot of people in my life and ended up feeling like, what kind, believing what I believe now, like you can't get that out of your head that, possibly somebody could be in a very bad place right now because you didn't have your act straight and you were a terrible example for them. And, and could you have made a difference in the way
I wouldn't put that all on yourself though. That's a
their
big
life ended up like, but you just wonder, could you have made a positive influence instead of being that idiot who was like, whoa, let's go for whatever, you could have been that positive influence that, was like, hey, no, don't do that. You deserve better for yourself. And, and so now I am that person. And I make sure that that's not ever going to happen. I mean, it's a little late for that, but at the same time, it's not because I'm interacting with people every day, and so I still have that chance to be a good example. So I'm gonna try my best.
I had a guy at Walmart a couple months ago that was yelling things at people as they left, like, the Lord is coming, Jesus is coming. And I just said, I'm ready. And he's like, come on. And then he didn't say anything else because everyone else was arguing with him, or whatever. And I'm just like, bring it on. I'm ready to go. I'm just passing through this life,
Right. This is just temporary. And that's another reason I've tried to back to hoarding the things and stuff. That's another reason I'm trying to realize that none of this is going to go with us when we go. So I'm holding on to this stuff so tightly, but really, except for like you said, except for the sentimental things, I'm trying to really learn that things are replaceable,
Yeah. Once I started viewing objects as just that, as objects, as things that were keeping me from my life and just taking up my time. Like I like to be organized. I'm an organized person, but I don't want that to be my life. Like spending days organizing closets. I mean, I would rather not be doing that if possible, I want to set things up so basically they run themselves, that in my daily routine, I'm taking care of stuff and I'm not having to think about it, not having to set apart special time out of my life to do these things. if that
Right.
makes sense.
Michael Morris says all channels started off small. Keep putting out great content. Well, I'm trying.
I have so many ideas, but actually like executing those ideas is my problem because it takes so much time and effort and, enthusiasm. And sometimes I don't always feel like doing that. So that's
Talk
why
about
I
a
like
funny name.
that's why I like my projects of the week, because then it's 5 days where it's like one subject and it makes it easier for myself. And I like those types of things too, where you're following along, doing stuff with other people. So.
Well, I've truly appreciated you coming. I've really enjoyed it. It's like
Well,
an
thank,
hour
thank you
flew
for,
by.
yeah, it did. Thank you for having me. But I do have to go pick up kids. So, but this was really fun and I really appreciate it. And I just am very honored that anyone would want to talk to me, really. So,
Well, I think you're awesome. And you
thank
know
you,
that.
Dan.
When you said there's nothing special about you, I'm like, not true. So,
I don't like to brag on myself. Like, I don't know. I just want to be humble and I want to help other people. And I don't ever want to be like, think I'm better than anyone, I don't know. Ugh.
no, it won't come off that way. I try to remember that too. Like, I don't want to give up. Like, I have to try to present myself with confidence. And then I'm like, am I doing too much? Because I don't want to be like, I don't want to look like pompous or anything. So, oh, you got a sub. Hey,
Oh,
yay.
thank you, Kadesh Farm Homestead. Thank you.
That's exciting. So, we got one.
That's all right. Every single subscriber is important, right?
Yes, indeed.
I remember when I had 10 subscribers and none of them were people that I knew. It was like the most exciting day. And my husband was like, okay, if you get 100 subscribers, we're going to get you a desk, right? So I worked so hard to get those 100 subscribers. And I have my desk. So.
I was so excited. Yeah, I have a desk. You said you have a desk?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
DESK, desk.
Yeah, desk. I
Yeah.
have one in my bedroom, but I'm like, I don't know about doing videos in my bedroom. That's just kind of funny to me. That's like my sacred place. So,
Mine's just in the living room. So
yeah, that's where I am now.
I have the desk, but I don't have a computer. So you know,
Well, one thing at a time.
I know. Okay.
Uh-oh. Kettle Kitchen says, come to
Oh, hi.
the Jam It Up.
Hi,
Jam It
Kettle
Up.
Kitchen.
Sorry.
Oh
Says come
yeah,
to the
he's giving away like these incredibly awesome prizes, you guys, for Jam It Up June. I don't know if everyone knows about it, but the whole month of June, a whole list of channels are making jam, and go to Kettle Kitchen's channel for more information. He's giving away a bunch of prizes. It's just awesome. I can't even believe all these prizes. So we'll give him a shout out because he deserves one.
for
I
sure.
know
I'll
he's
have to
worked.
check that
I
out.
know he's worked hard on this collab. It's a lot of people to manage.
Okay, I see Casey where you say you sent me an email. Hopefully she didn't I'm not in trouble. Hey, there's Krista's Antiques and Collections. That's the one I was talking about earlier, how it was cool because she was talking about the things
Oh, the
that
board game.
showing, yeah, the board games, yeah. Okay, well, if you want to get off here, you can. I'm still trying to read
I'll
comments. I'm so
I'll talk
sorry.
I'll talk to you later.
Alrighty, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you,
up.
everybody. Thanks for having me, Danny. Okay, bye.
Talk to you later. The organized pineapple. Check her out. What are you doing? Okay. You should be able to click on the chat comment in upper right corner of pineapple. That's when she was trying to figure out how to. Let me scroll down. I really appreciate all of you for coming, and I'm super surprised at the show out that it was for today. Like it says 14's in here now. That's, the usual. I know it's been over an hour, so I'm probably going to go. Hey, coffee chat with Pam's opinion. I thank you all for coming. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate y'all so very much. And I will be looking, I'm going to finish up my, you have an amazing day too, Chris. And I'm going to finish up my day 2 of the oatmeal collab, and I'm going to post it. So if you guys want to check that out, it's not near as long as yesterday's video. So, yeah, check that out if you would. And I appreciate you guys supporting me. And I would like it if you would please support the Organized Pineapple as well. And I will see you guys later.